Hi guys, this is Omer from MMOHut.com, and I'm the first impressions gameplay video for Three Kingdoms Online, a 2D browser-based strategy MMO published by VTC Online of America. Now I'll spend about 10 to 15 minutes running around checking this game out. Make some comments if you guys want to play Three Kingdoms or just learn more about it. Do check it out, full review on link below. So let's go and get started. It says live the Lord's dream, whatever that means. The whole Lord thing was all popularized by Evany. I'm sure you guys remember all those crazy Evany ads on the internet saying like, you know, my Lord, my Lord. But since they started doing that, it's funny because everybody started copying them and just started slapping my Lord into their ads in their game. I don't know why. I guess they thought like that was really what sold Evany, but they don't realize that the naked chicks on their ads are what really made Evany popular. But let's just go ahead and log in. They're not naked, they were like semi-nude. But let's go ahead and log in over here. And here we go. You can actually log in with your Facebook account as well, which I guess is kind of cool, but you're going to get lots of spam on your Facebook wall. Probably, I'm just guessing. But there's one server right now called Guandu, and we are redirecting apparently. So here we go. I've never played this game before, never really heard of it. I just know it's a strategy game based on the game's homepage. So here we go. Choose my portrait. Now this really has no impact on what your character does or does anything in the game. It's just kind of what your character's portrait looks like, and it does nothing. My name is going to be Remote. My castle is going to be Letopolis. I have used that name before, so I'm going to go with it. I'm going to be in Yanzhou, which I guess is my starting area in the game. So I guess if you want to play with other people, you probably want to stay in the same starting area-ish. So there's a lot of congestion over there. So let's click Start Game and Activate Successful. So let's see what Three Kingdoms actually looks like. So right away, at least like the kind of models on the houses and the buildings in the game look a bit different. So let's see, Golden Court. My today's Lord's salary is 4,000 gold and 15 yuan. Alright, click receive. I'll take it, you know. I don't know what this is, but I'll take it. And you can do some random ads. Play Three Kingdoms, get Apple. I think what they meant to say is like win Apple products, not get Apple. Because that's like horribly translated. But close it out right now. And let's see my quests over here. Primitive Cottage. So my reward is we got some 420 pine trees. Wow, that's a lot of pine trees. 250 rocks. These are actually resources in the game. That's probably lumber actually. So what, undone or close? I'm not sure which one to go with. I'm gonna click undone. Undone what? So I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do right now, but I can figure this out. Alright guys, I'm going to click on it. So you guys undone, build house level 1. So it's kind of saying that my quest isn't done yet. I'm going to take a guess, a gander, and say that's what it means. So I'm going to go close it out and build a house over here. So this is my town area it seems like, and close this nonsense. I can't even see my plots over here. How can we close this? This one, nope. Let's this one down here. There we go. So you can see my plots in my city area over here. And right away though, you can see that Three Kingdoms actually looks like many of these other browser games. And I've said this in the past, but these games are all very similar. So I'm going to go ahead and build a house over here because that's for my quest. Requirements, palace level 1, which we start with. So our palace is kind of like our town center in the game. And we got a little hammer beating on it, so... And I like this random mail over here. I think it says I have mail. This useless mail that you get for registering for the game. So let's delete this nonsense or archive it. And let's go back, close it out. And how long will it take to finish this cottage? And I think it's done. Well, not really. It's still building. We can speed it up and it'll take 2 minutes. So looks like speeding up will make it build permanently, instantly fast, but that probably costs money. So can we do that? It costs 39 yuan, so I can't really speed that up. So I guess that's a premium, the game's premium currency. Also the currency of China actually. But yeah, it costs money, so I can't really do that right now. 1 hour reduced, blah blah blah, 50%, blah blah blah. So yeah, I can't do that right now because I don't have any money in the game. Though the game actually gave me like 15 to start with, I believe. Where's my currency over here? We got, I don't think it tells me over here right now. I got my quantities. I got 1936 wood, 1964 stone, and a bunch of other random resources. So you gotta have to chillax till this finishes, but we can look around the game too. So at least interface-wise, the game looks a tad bit different. Though gameplay-wise, I'm sure it's very similar. So let's click on these other plot. Can we queue up stuff? I'll build a warehouse. You know, you always need one of these. And upgrade schedule is full. Requirement 2 is not satisfied. So requirement 2 is I need a house to build a warehouse. So I can't do that either. Can we build this? No, I can't build anything right now. But we can see because I don't meet the requirements for them. But you can see, I guess, the buildings available in the game. So there's all the basic stuff that you would see in a strategy game. So close it out. Can we like drag the screen? And I just selected everything by accident. How do I unselect this? Click over here. There we go. So we do have quests to give you some direction early on. And I think when I finish this cottage, this quest should be done. So we have Crusade different quests, Barbarian quests, Epic quests. So what are these Barbarian quests over here? Wuku Rebellion. And I'm not sure what any of these actually are. They might even be historic events. Oh, I should also throw in that this game is based on the Three Kingdoms era in Chinese history, which is a very popular and overused plot device / setting in these MMOs. Now, I don't really mind when a game, like a client-based game, is set in the Three Kingdoms because you always have the warring factions and it's kind of cool. But with a browser-based game, I am so tired of the Three Kingdoms era because there are so many browser-based games with this very generic fantasy setting, very generic Three Kingdoms setting. Because most of these browser-based, not most of them, but a lot of these browser-based strategy MMOs are from China, and they go crazy for Three Kingdoms in China. So we got our house is done. Where's my quest tab? Let's see if I completed my quest. Oh man, I can collect some rocks. So who's giving me these quests? I don't know. Just, I guess God is giving me these quests to complete and grind. So active construction schedule. What is that? Activate the construction schedule to improve efficiency of castle construction. Within 7 days to build 3 buildings at once. What does that mean? Within 7 days to build 3 buildings at once. That's not even a proper sentence. Within 7 days? I mean, that makes no sense. The game isn't well translated, but I think what it's trying to tell me is build 7 buildings at once. I don't know what that means, but let's close that out for now. Where do I activate my construction something? So we'll look through the interface and see if we can find that. Lord info. And again with the Lord, I'm telling you guys, Ebony really popularized the whole Lord thing. But Lord over here, I guess, is my character profile. And I'm sure the game has heroes as well. I am in expand mode right now. Let's click peace. I'm a peaceful guy. And you know what? I'm a peaceful guy. Let's click on it. Looks like my peace mode license can converse to blah blah blah. It's asking me for money. I don't know what this is, but it wants money from me. So let's click OK and see what happens. And switching to peace mode. It takes 48 hours to go to peace mode. That's quite a bit of time to go peace mode. I think expand mode is kind of the best mode to start in because that probably means like you're just focusing on expanding and not really PvP. But you know what? I'm a peaceful guy, so we're gonna go to peace mode. So we'll go build a warehouse for now. While we build that, can we queue up stuff or no? Let's build another house. You can never have enough houses. And my schedule is full again, so you have like no building queue in this game, which makes building stuff very frustrating. And up or down, I think up means upgrade, down means downgrade. So how do you really downgrade these buildings? It's kind of weird. So we got schedule over here. Can we click on that? That's up or down. Click OK. So the schedule requires a building license. Confirm up house. What's up house? Up house? What does that mean? Click OK anyway. So I need, yeah, it wants me to buy something in the mall to do that. So I'm not going to do that. Can we just click up over here? And nope, I can't do that either. So I guess in order to even get a queue in the game, to start queuing up your buildings, you need to spend some monies on that, which is kind of lame. I mean, the game should at least give you like 1 or 2 extra slots to make the game a little bit faster paced, but it doesn't do that. So let's go back to map and actually look around the game's interface itself. What a surprise, guys. We've got this whole grid system going on outside of town. We got 1x1 mountain, and that produces stone. Oasis level 1. So I think the Oasis level shows you how potent the resource is. So these are all level 1 resources. And if you send troops near them and build stuff near them, you can actually get resources from those. So at least it's a little bit different because you don't build you don't just upgrade like the farm, the quarry, the gold mine, like the 4 resources in your town and that's it. You gotta kind of conquer the higher level resources. But I'm still so burnt out of all of these strategy games that all focus on Three Kingdoms era because, I mean, at least, I mean, even make a sci-fi game because the only sci-fi games like this are like O-Game, Space Invasion, Astro Empires, but there's only a handful of them. When you look at all the strategy ones out there, there are just so many. And even look at Caesar. Caesar's at least like set in the Roman era, so it's a tad bit different, even though it's still got swords and that nonsense, making it a little bit fantasy-ish. But still, at least you got a different theme. Over here, you got generic Chinese theme of Three Kingdoms era. But I'm not even sure which of the 3 kingdoms I chose. I guess it doesn't even matter right now, but maybe I can align myself later on. So my golden court. All right, novice protection time remains for 168 hours. So it looks like for 168 hours you cannot be attacked at all, which is actually a really long time. That's like quite a bit of, that's like 7 days or something. Close it out for now. Actually a bit more than that, like 8 days. So we get, what is this salary? Do I get this every day? Because if you get this every day, that'd be really cool. Because you get some premium currency every day just for playing the game. And no other game really does that right now, but I'm not sure if you actually get this. This could just be like teasing you. So we can see our alliance tab of, ooh, what is this? I'm still not sure what construction schedule means. Alright, it doesn't tell me what to do with that, so let's close it out for now. And we'll go back, this goes back to my castle. Let's see the map area, which we're in right now. You can drag it around, and you can kind of look around the game's persistent world, and we can see other players around here. I'm going to guess these dots are players, but we will see. Yep, there's Evan over there, Lord Evan, and he's got no alliance right now. Alliances in the game are just exactly what it is, alliances. And I don't have the required building to even go to the alliances tab yet. So I like how the mail is this pigeon, so I guess the pigeon delivers the mail. Empty space over there, create a new castle. Let's go make a new castle, even though it's not going to let me, because I need a lot of resources. Yep, I need 1,000 fame to even begin building another castle, so the more castles you have, the more I guess unit producing stuff you can make too. And probably you can have different castles and near the valuable resources. So the higher level resources give you more resources, of course, but they're more competitive. A lot of people fight for them. So what are these over here? 5x5 rice field. That's a lot of rice. Can't get that right now though. But let's see what else we got over here. Let's check out the report tab. So all in all, so far I'm still seeing a very generic game. I'm not sure. This is my report area, which I got no reports right now because I am not exactly doing anything right now to fight somebody. And in these games, the way they all start out is you spend like the first week or so not doing any combat whatsoever, but just building up your empire. So it's a very generic empire building game. Not very impressed so far because the interface isn't, I mean, it works, but it's nothing too special. I like the interface in Ebony better, mainly because it just looks crisper and easier to use. The same thing with Caesar too. I feel just like the interface and just playing the game is easier on the eyes. Over here, the interface looks really old. Let's keep on looking around over here. We got our quest tab. And I'm still not sure what to do with this quest. You got epic level quests too, which I guess are different tiers of quests. I gotta ping this guy over here to do this. Barbarian troops, something, something. So if I get the barbarian clan steal, whatever that is, I win this royal decree, which I'm not sure what that is for, but it gives you some server ranking. But let's see. We can upgrade our production over here. Ooh, let's see what this stuff is. So we look find oasis. What will that do? It'll just tell us where the nearest resource buildings are. We got 1x1 lake. I'm not sure what that does either for now. But let's bring up our lord info again. So I'm not sure if this lord is our hero or just something else. Achievements over here too. So there's some sort of achievement system in the game. But this achievement system seems to be for like everyone on the server. Whoever reaches certain milestones first get achievements. Anyway guys, that's Three Kingdoms. Yet another generic browser-based strategy game. If you guys do want to learn more about the game or play it yourself, do check it out full review on the link below. Anyway guys, later.